Express train to Great Kill. Express train to Great Kill. Hey, Brian. Train there is the local train. It leaves a few minutes after us. We're on the express train. You know, I post videos as well. I also do live streams. Better get out to Staten Island because these cars won't be around for that much longer, hopefully. I know I'm not. There's another truck. I know I'm not usually an advocate of retiring equipment, but man, these things are trash. So if you can hear me over the train, I'm not sure you can. It wasn't very loud. On Staten Island, they're still. Ouch! Just hit my head on the window. On Staten Island, they're still using what are called R44 rail cars, which the city got rid of in '09, and Staten Island has been supposed to be getting rid of it. It's simple. It's been supposed to be getting rid of forever, but with equipment delays and all that kind of stuff, they keep getting delayed. To the point where these things are rolling into the scrap yards. They're really bad. That yard we just passed was big Clifton shops. That's basically the only maintenance facility they have. You can see how small it is. That's the only maintenance they have on Staten Island. For all heavy maintenance, they have to truck these things back to Brooklyn. And they bring them to Coney Island. Because at one time this was connected to mainline railroads directly. Might even been operated by a mainline. They have to be FRA compliant, and it's a bunch of modifications that are a pain in the ass to do. So the 211S, once they come in, are going to come out here. But until then, they're kind of stuck with these R44s that aren't doing too well. Steady to the rail cars because they're rocking around so much. If I hold it sort of, this is holding it steady to sort of me and then bracing it against myself. You can see from the windowsill how much it's rocking. See what this train does. Well, no, so this keeps going. The local that's behind us terminates at Great Hills, to my knowledge. My understanding is that terminates at Great Hills. And I want to see what they do with it. At least that's what I used to do. I haven't really looked at the schedule. I'm just trying to get out here. This wasn't a New York City subway cars, you really feel like you're on Long Island or something, like a Long Island Railroad or Bedford North. After that, I figured we'd take the train back, going the other way into Clifton or something like that. See what kind of view we can get of the shops in Clifton. And then, that was their plan, to make them ADA compliant. These big, long, swooping ramps. And then once we get back to Clifton, we can catch some expresses coming through non-stop if we can. Yeah. And then we'll just sort of feel it out like I usually do on these trains. go through like an interlocking, and sort of the vibrations of the interlocking set the cars slam, and it takes forever for the suspension to ramp it. This is Grant City. Whoa, there's the train going the other way. I don't know how well you can hear some of the noises this train's making, but they're really disconcerting somehow. Back in 2009, I think it must be a charging station. We just slowed down a lot. But it was actually back in 2009. The 160s would come in, the MTA was getting ready to was actually in the process of scrapping cars. And the cars from the chopping block were the 40, bunch of fleets, 40 slants, 40 lights, 40 modified when a whole bunch of other car types were supposed to be, including all the rest of the 42s and the 32s. But the 44 fleet died, which led to its life-changing plans. These were the first 75-foot cars the city had ordered in the subway system, and they were finding cracks in the frames and all sorts of stuff. And they were all ordered off the road, so they had to keep the 32s. So actually the scrapping of the 44s helped save the 32s until they're here. Really faster, I guess. Completely full of trash. all the way down to the track. There's a fair amount of traffic, but not that bad. So we'll go St. George in 3 minutes, and then 19 minutes. So I guess we're taking the one at 19 minutes. So this is the reason why people don't fan out here very often. So the local train that was behind us, again, how they made them wheelchair accessible. The train that was behind us, so I guess we'll get the local. It's in 18 minutes. I believe what they do with the trains, the local trains, is they come in here, and then, here comes the northbound. They're going to cross over at that junction right there, and I believe they just go back north. They may X north. Question is, I remember to put Staten Island Railway in my scanner. I did not. That's Coney Island. I didn't actually know there was a pocket track here. That's really actually kind of cool. So this is great, Kels. A lot of these stations look pretty similar. Once this train comes through, we'll walk around a bit. The Staten Island Railway is free unless you're boarding at what are the 2 stops? St. George, or the next one, which I think is Tompkinsville. I just say that thing sounded absolutely horrible pulling in here. I mean, you could hear that thing. I don't know if you can really appreciate how far away those switches are, but you could hear that from a long way off before the switches over there. I'm actually going to try something here. What if I zoom in here? See, he's got this flashing. I don't know their signal system. But I guess they don't cross him over because that switch is lined straight and he's got a flashing yellow. So I actually don't know what they do. I guess we'll find out. But all these say Express Tottenville. says June on the truck, June 19th, 2015. So I wonder if that's the last time that sucker was overhauled. What are you complaining about? I don't know if you can read it, but the next train actually just flipped over to holding. So, what that probably means is that the ferry's a couple minutes late because they meet the ferries. All right, so that train came through. Let's go upstairs. Our train, the next train coming in this side should be here in a few minutes. I'm not walking all the way around. But these stations, I believe all of them are accessible, if not all, most. But just a brief introduction. So this just leads out to the strait. So it's a lot like a rural system. Everything is branded MTA Staten Island Railway at these stops. And then the ramps continue up as the way to cross over. So that leads to the bridge. Goes over. You can see to Tottenville to St. George. Now, this is really set up, that's a awkwardly placed pole, as a directional commuting system. Hey, transit fan. So, like if we look, we started off up here in St. George. Apparently the first 3 cars are only open in St. George. Whew. Or at Clifton for St. George, okay. Moving down the thing, Grant City, Union Hills, Jefferson City, Grant City, Newdorp, Oakwood Heights, Bay Towers. We're here. Still got all of that to go. Now, if we look at their timetable, they've very kindly highlighted in yellow where we are, here at Great Kills. But if you look, everything's based on the ferry. So that's why when I say holding, it's probably because the ferry's late. So leaves Whitehall Street, that's the ferry. Arrives St. George, that's the ferry, and then the train leaving St. George. So there are a couple reverse peak expresses, not many. And then you've got all your expresses to Great Kills. So something loud is coming. Everything stops at Great Kills, but then the trains that stop on this side, which are the ones with the numbers, have dashes here, meaning they don't stop, and they don't stop at, this is Tottenville, the end of the last one there. You can't go past Tottenville. There's nothing, I mean, if you look on the map, there's just water. So they have to end here. I just don't know where the heck they end. I had pulled up a track map before I came out here and tried to figure it out. And I kind of figured they just crossed them over here. Like, cross them over, turn them back. But that doesn't seem like the answer. And then, actually, what time's that train due on the schedule? So, if they don't turn them at that switch, I don't know where they're turning them. I don't even know what time it is. It's 5:15. It's 5:18 it's doing, so. Yeah, Ballpark, the last of the North Shore branch. I have been planning a possibly live stream, probably not, and reading the history of sort of the whole North Shore branch. It actually wraps all around down like kind of the west side of Staten Island. And I've been slowly working on that. But it's so overgrown and you really can't get too much. There's not much to see. So, working on it. Ballpark is a station that can be seen, and I have been there once for the Staten Island Yankees. So, I don't know why Staten Island Railway needed all its own signs. Also, I'd love to see how you get sparked at this angle from stepping on the third rail, but let's see, zoom in. Yeah, he's still lined for straight. Look over there, there's a very rusty bumper block. It's supposed to only take an extra 8 minutes. We also could walk part way back. Can't walk the whole way. It's a very long walk. But we could walk part way. I would love to zip my sweatshirt right now. What the fuck is this? Just like a ladder? Application. If I turn my phone upside down, you think it'll flip the phone? Or it'll... Subway car floor. Board. That's so you can bridge between two subway cars. It's not so much chilly down here as it's overcast, so it's just a bit damp. Oh, here comes the local. Alright, they're calling last stop. Can you guys see the lights along the sides of the cars? See that yellow light that's only on one car? Those are your dead motor fault lights. So... that's usually the indication of you have dead motors on that car, meaning of a set of multiple units, that car's not giving any power, which is fine. But you've only got 4 cars. You can't make 4 cars, and one of them's quit on you. So that thing is very low on power. The other thing you can see is if you look at the front door, it's got that plate bolt riveted onto it. That's probably rust prevention. You know, these things are not good. So it's dead mechanically. It's still the doors are gonna work, all that. They put the LED taillights in, it looks like. Yep. Standard transit anti-climber. These are basically standard subway cars, but they converted them into singles, and they put the FRA grab bars on the sides. Some other stuff. Took the roll signs off the sides of the trains. Come on, zoom back out. No, now the stupid phone won't zoom out. There it goes. And you can see how much the bodies are rocking around on those cars. So yeah, I have no idea where they're going. They have flat everything. I mean, I could care less about the Staten Island Railway, but it seemed like a nice day to come out here. All right, this is funny. So it says "Do not enter across tracks," but if you look behind that sign, you can see like the sign the manufacturer put in Yellow Gate. Oh, here it says it on the backside better. There's actually a company called Yellow Gate. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't know if they have a wheel lathe in Clifton. They might. But I know that with the this line gets hammered with the leaves. So, I mean, that probably causes a lot of it. But, alright, we're going to cross over to the other side. We got to hurry up about it. So, you guys have one job. You can enjoy the live stream, but remember what the lead car on that was. I think it was 418, but honestly, I've already forgotten. 390 was on the north end. I want to see if we see that train set pop up again. Or if they just go to Tottenville and hear it. Oh, crap, here comes the train. Oh, he's actually still right there. Oh, is this just focusing on the fence? So, he actually just stopped. So I wonder if there's another switch somewhere. Again, ADA ramps. Beer. Those two beer things almost feel like the train sim world fire extinguishers you have to put everywhere. But then, like I said before, there's an old-fashioned pizza place. There's no turnstiles or anything here. You pay both ways. What station? Great Kills. You pay both in and out at St. George. So, all right, back to Clifton. Great Kills. Even the fucking signs are rusty. So, one of the interesting things they do on this map is tell you the travel time in minutes to the ferry terminal. So, Tottenville all the way to St. George, 42 minutes. Take 8 off it. Well, that answered that question. I don't know where the hell they crossed over, but that answered the question. So I guess they go back not in service and then come out again. Yeah, you hope. Watch, they're gonna have that new stupid Acela horn. So they built the supports there, but then they put this fence here. Why? Ooh, train. That's 423, car number. Staten Island Railway is the last one to have 3-digit car numbers in the whole EMTs, at least in the New York State Transit system. Yeah, so it's a 4-car on Staten Island. It's it's two pairs of 2, or 4 cars. I don't know that they're always paired. Yeah, this is a trailer, or this car is not in the cab, so it's not always pairs. I believe the train we were on before was 2 pairs of 2. We're in the same idea seat next on the other side of the train. Oh my god. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to capture the insane amount of car body movement. Which is actually very hard to do because naturally, when you're used to holding a camera, you're trying to hold it steady despite movement. Hey, there's. Well, this is. Wait, so this is not a subway, you said? Technically, it's a sub. Technically, it's its own entity within the umbrella of the MTA. I think they got all blue bucket seats. This looks blurry, or this looks blurry? Because this is out a window that probably hasn't been cleaned in a very long time. This is just my phone. This train is also moving rather quickly forward. Hello, whoa, Jesus. It's also moving very quickly up and down and side to side. Alright, now I'm just sort of holding my... Okay, here. This is going to hold the... I'm trying to hold the phone central to gravity. That's how much the train is moving around. It's pretty brutal. Trust me, I wish wish I could do something about it being very wobbly, because I get to look at the phone and read your comments at the same time. And guess what it's doing to me? It'll make me seasick. Hey, bird. I guess I stand corrected with the wheelchair accessible thing. There's no way that's accessible. So there used to be 2 stops out here. Atlantic and something else. I think it started with an N. Nassau and Atlantic. Oh, train. And they were the 2 stations that were like probably the most neglected in the whole of the MTA umbrella of systems. They were 4-car platforms, and only 2 cars would open because the rest of the platform was in such bad shape. And finally, this was already a while ago, they tore them down and built Arthurville instead. Now, today I was thinking of going out there, because I've never been to Arthurville. I've been to all the other stations. That's how long it's been since I've ridden this train. But it's like a 40-minute ride to get out there. Like a 40-minute ride to get out there, and frankly, I don't feel like it. I'd much rather stay up this end and see more trains, because we got also express trains. Whoa. Let's do a little inside shopping. Oh, well, I was going to shoot inside, but we're approaching, we're arriving at New York. My finger is stuck in the tripod. And these cars are terrible. So New York, it looks like we're in an open cut. You got the street up there. Well, on this side, it's just a wall. So I was going to film while I was on the Staten Island ferry coming over to the Staten Island Railway. But, no, them stairs are closed. But, the service on the Staten Island ferry is so bad, I could barely watch a YouTube video, let alone stream a YouTube video. So, just waited until we got here. Yeah, I have no idea what these A signs that are all over the place mean. I should have titled this video Live from the Land of the R44. Grant City. I think the sign might just be broke, because now he said the next one's also holding. Make it so we go by. I don't know. There's a bunch of third rail piled up on the right of way over there. Because, you know, why not? you go through the points, the cars are so wobbly. Oh, we're Jefferson Ave. The cars are so wobbly that once you get to anything that starts a rocket, you just keep rocking. One, two, and we have 4 more. Little red kills still holding. Where did you have, boss? We have all these, like, we're so in the suburbs, we get little houses and solar panels, driveways and backyards. Yeah, playground. With a pool. Can I have a bit? Oh, that's actually, oh, I see, it's like 2 baseball fields back there. Wonder who's winning. There used to be 3 tracks there, it looks like. You can still see the flow. Yeah, here's more of the ridiculous ADA ramps. I mean, it works. Dongan Hills, I guess? I don't know how you pronounce that. I sure agree with that peanut exercise. Great. The MTA, when your rebar starts coming through your platform support concrete, I think it's time to do some maintenance. Well, at least they put in help points. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hold the platform, okay? It's funny because it looked like on a lot of returns, it looks kind of like suburban train stations, but then a subway train rolls in, you know? Like, that's an express. It looked like a flash of red on the front. Ouch. My knee was right up against the seat in front of me. Have you ever looked on the front of a Staten Island railway train? If it's not going to stop, the front is red. If it's going to stop, the front is blue. In local express country. So, like, not in service, roll sign on the front. It's just the words not in service written on a red background. Rails. That said 60 over R. If that means you can go 60, that's terrifying. This is Old Town. I don't know why it's called Old Town. So, yeah, they do have Express, but it's kind of like the J Train Express, right? So the M Run or the 7 Express, right? Like, I guess it's more like the 7 Express. It's only sometimes. Like, it's really a rush hour thing in the rush hour direction. It's not really good. They also had a do not enter sign on the salt bin. I guess they don't want anyone stealing that. Railroad ballast. So again, we go through the switch. And, oh, that's interesting. Those switches have hand throws on. This is the Staten Island Advance we're passing, which is the newspaper of Staten Island. Ooh, ballast guard, ballast regulators, tide machine, another ballaster. Alright, we're almost to Clifton. It's just interesting to be out here because it's a little on railroad out here. So this should be Grasmere. Yep. Oh, another train. That's probably the local right behind the express. Because they only leave like a minute or two apart. The whole difference comes from the express not stopping. And unlike the skip stops on the J with the Z that you get during rush hour, these express trains really seem to motor. I don't know what the fastest stop on the line is, but it's another 60R sign. I still don't know what it means. That's the Staten Island Expressway we're going under. That's the Staten Island Expressway is actually, yeah, that is a very congested road, but it's you get, if you're on the BQE, you can get to Jersey that way, or anywhere in Staten Island. One end connects to the Verrazano Narrows Bridge to Brooklyn, and the other end of it is the Gothel's Bridge, which connects Staten Island and Jersey, or track equipment. Yeah, I was looking at the map that the brake was. Every time it brakes, the brakes come on very hard on these cars. Ties. Again, I don't think it's the fault of. We keep seeing all this more ties. Track repair equipment, but I don't think it's bad track. I think it's that these cars are falling apart. Which I also don't blame my car equipment. Which is the branch of the MTA that works on this interesting way of painting bullet. Car equipment is the branch of the MTA that's all like the car repair people. It's car equipment repair. Known as car equipment. But I don't think this is their fault either. I think this is the simple problem of these cars were built in the 70s. Never with the intention of being, that's a weird spot for train tracks. Never having the intention of working this long a service lane. So they're just cooked. that car over there in the yard, you can see from here, it's like one of these but all beat up and closed up. I'm pretty sure that's the scrap line. Let's see, how long till the trailer inside? 7 minutes till Great Kills. I hear an ice cream truck. Let's just come over here. Watching out for the pigeon shit. Pigeon shit everywhere. So, I mean, that one's got a blind end on the end of it, so that wouldn't be very helpful. Yeah, it's car 420. But it is a 4-car set. And then you've got that single sitting up there. Again, I don't know what the 40/20 is. Maybe it's, you know what? If those are like FRA speed signs, it's like 40 miles an hour and 20 miles an hour. So 40 for passenger, 20 for freight. Let's walk this way. I don't know if you guys can see this too good, but there's a set, or at least a car, sitting in the shop there. There's actually 2 cars sitting in the shop there that you can see. Let's go this way a scooch. See if we can see anything else in there. There's the Clifton sign. The guy's honking himself. There was nobody else at that light. Let's see. That made it worse. Zoom back out. A whole bunch of cars in there, actually. Ooh. This should be the Express. So I knew in coming here this wouldn't be the fastest station. So I knew in coming here, that's what I was about to say, that this would not be the fastest station on the network because it's on curves. But it's interesting because the shops are here, and in a way because it's on a curve. Yeah, see, here we got an R4. Oh, I thought there was an exit down here. Also, I kind of wanted to see what the shops looked like. So yeah, so this is the Clifton shops, and it really actually doesn't look like they can do any real maintenance in there. I mean, just looking at it, there's not, like, I bet those are mostly pit tracks, but they doesn't look like they have any way to jack up a car. Oh wait, they do. Those are manual car jacks, but still, it's not a major shop. And as I said, when they do need to do heavy maintenance, they ship them to Coney Island. Now here's the question: do we want to go to the other side and go down a couple stops and catch another express coming through? I'm thinking we go one stop back to Grassmere and see if... Is that where we saw the 60? And see how fast these things are going. Oh, looks like we're missing this local, so I guess we're staying here. Because it's a lot of steps down to the ground. Oh. One other thing you can see, and this is part of the FRA thing, is when these cars were in the city, they were link barred together at the blind ends. Since they were after they were overhauled, but out here they're still all signals. They have to be. You see that AA2 under there. There should be a if they deadhead all of the equipment back from Great Kills, there should be one soon. If it was connected to the subway, it would be a lot easier. Also, if the cars were newer, they wouldn't be in quite the sad shape they're in, just because, you know, you don't need, like, as shit wears out, you have to work on it more, right? That's true with anything. If you look at train cars, electronics, old machines, unless you do like a full floor up restoration or ground up restoration, really, you got a handful of maintenance to do all the time. And Clifton's not capable of doing that, clearly, as they don't seem to have. I mean, we literally just walked the length of the whole shop building, and if we look at the end of it, it can't be that big, just in terms of space inside. I think there's only 4 tracks in there. Right, they've got maybe a back shop back there of some description. I mean, there's a bag blowing around. But yeah, so 1 through 4 coming into the shop with a speed limit of 3. This actually looks fairly new, but again, you're trying to do maintenance on something that really either needs A, to be overhauled, or B, to be scrapped. And an overhaul is too expensive for knowing the 211s are coming in pretty soon. And scrapping it's premature because the 211s aren't here yet. So they're kind of stuck. Oh, that... Whoa. Yeah, you don't have space to build an overhaul shop here. There's just not enough real estate. did that train just come from? Hold the damn phone. I look away for like 5 seconds. Okay, 5 minutes. That thing just die there? Or was that Xing and had to stop? Apparently we missed something. I think that was Xing wrong rail. Motherfucker. And I was looking at old cars. Old cars. Wrong railing Staten Island railway train. Yeah, this is not in service on it. Yep, that's wrong. Well, he's got a proceed signal. Sorry for the less than steady camera work. I'm trying to handle this when it's windy out. Brace myself a little bit here. But he's crossing over. Well, now that the line is a true cluster, I'm going to use this opportunity to swap sides so we can take the next local to Grassmere. What? By the way, we're standing just below the railhead's height here. So if you ever wondered, this is at my head height. I'm about 6 foot. So if you're about 6 foot, that's where you come up to on a New York City subway car. Just one of the few spots where you can actually get that close. Hey, where the fuck are the stairs? I mean, I guess I could scale that, but... Yeah, see, he's still sitting there. Clifton. Nothing to do with trains, but that's a cool looking car. Got a nice little spark there. Of course, now we're on the inside of the curve, so there goes the view. But what were these signs called? Yellow Gate. It's nice to know they stay shut. Adhere to all instructions and manual. I'll blame the MTA. Do not enter this unlocked salt bin, I guess. Or cross the tracks. Will they be telling you that at the same time? Snow melt. For the record, I didn't enter, I just looked. So, this is the Clifton station. We're now going to be leaving the... Hey, I didn't get the camera panned around for it before it said holding. But it literally just went 4, 5, 6, 7 holding on the thing. Now it just says holding again. But it also says system under test. So I'm going to blame the system. Yeah, no, this is all... I mean, the city would have changed it over by now. If it was underrunning, because it just would not be practical. Oh, you know what this R4 means? That's where they have to stop. That's a stop marker. Because these are like 6-car platforms. What's also going to be interesting is the R44s. Clearly they extended this platform at some point too. You can see where like the design changes. The current setup is 4 75-foot cars. But the 211s are 60-footers. So they're going to have to go to 5 of them. So we're gonna have 5-car trains out here instead of 4-car trains. Same length. Oh, you mean the line where they run the old tube stock? Yeah, it kind of is. Alright, we're still just holding. You always know it's close when the express comes through, so I'm going to come down to the curvy part of the platform. Yeah, so the 211s are going to have to be, as far... I mean, at the core level of it, a subway is a subway. Right? I mean, you know, England National Rail, or whatever it is now. I know you guys nationalized at one point and then undid it, and then I don't know what's going on. But is similar to a lot of the rail we have in this country, because heavy rail is heavy rail on the surface. But yeah, other than it being different in the sense that, well, I guess your subsurface trains aren't that different from New York City subway trains. They wouldn't fit. Our platform height is much higher, for one thing. Our trains are bigger all around. But that was a fun Train Sim World day where I was taking the tube rolling stock and putting it on the Long Island and taking the Long Island stock and shoving it on a tube and then taking the. Anyway, I shoved shit into the tube that doesn't fit, and it was entertaining. Oh, that's the Verrazano. A very old GMC. Bro, it's a Nissan Sentra with a wing big enough to hold down like a Maserati or a Lamborghini or, one of those actually fast cars. Afternoon. You know what's also impressive, actually, about the train differences, like here and in England, is that here we have commuter rail, obviously, and so does England. But in England, they'll have branch lines that run like one-car trains, and that's normal, right? Around here, or on a main line, they'll run like an 8-car train, but they're small 8-car. Like the 8 cars are not as big as our 8 cars. Here we're running like 12-car Long Island Railroad trains, and you still can't get in the door when it leaves Penn, right? It's such a pack getting in. So, if you're wondering why the camera is just pacing around, it's because, well, fuck, I'm standing on a platform in Clifton, Staten Island, and I'm bored. So, I hear squeaky rails. So, I'm pacing around. Well, I thought I heard squeaky rails, but it may have just been this prison bus with squeaky brakes. So, yeah, if you live in the city, depending on your life choices, you start out on a school bus, and then you go to prison on a school bus. School buses in this country never have happy endings. So we might have the Staten Island Railway that we're riding now, but you see a lot of buses on Staten Island too, and probably like 80% of the transportation on Staten Island, as well as from Staten Island to the other boroughs, is done by bus. And there's one of them. So in the city, the way the bus works, it's funny because it's New York City Bus. Like the buses are branded New York City Bus Company, which is the same as they're branded in the city, like in the rest of in the other 4 boroughs. I apologize, Staten Island. We know you're part of the city, but on Staten Island, they do not brand the Staten Island Railway. Oh, look at this guy. They do not brand the railroad as part of the New York City subway. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, Staten Island is kind of that borough that is more of a suburb than a borough. Again, I got nothing against Staten Island. You want to know a trick about Staten Island? If you ever have a parking ticket you have to pay and you don't feel like waiting in line for a month to argue about it, come to Staten Island. There's never a line here. Because they got like 3 traffic ticket disputing places. And I've never had to wait in line at any of them. I just sat on my bag. I don't know why I sat. We're only going one stop. We're just gonna go one stop. I want to see if it's faster for the express trains. I want to experience the noise these things make at speed. I think that was where we saw that 60 sign, right? Oh, but isn't this a center? This might be a center platform. Oh, well, whatever. We've got plenty of rush hour left. It's, well, actually, no, we don't. Why does Staten Island Railway act like a subway? Because it's technically the New York City subway. Well, kind of, sort of. At least it uses New York City subway equipment. But really the answer to that is that it's one line. It just goes back and forth, so you don't really need to be any fancier. And they're using cars that, other than looking like New York City subway, because most of them are ex-New York City subway, or at least they're the same contract. Some of these actually did run in the city for a while. Yeah, so they're using ex-New York City subway cars, they're using R44s, and they're using basically subway systems to run this thing. Maybe this wasn't where I saw those higher speed signs, but whatever. Maybe it was. That train went by pretty quick. Should we get off or should we go one more? Yeah, let's get off. Whoa. Actually, you know, let's go to Old Town. Oh, they took the plastic out. So, okay. This used to have plastic in it. Just not anymore. At least on the city ones it did. I don't know, maybe the Staten Island ones never did. Now I'm standing too, so I'm rocking all over the place as well. A little ball field. Yeah, here we go. This will work. I wanted side platforms. It's actually a pretty nice station. I like how it's kind of secluded, you know? This feels like it could be something on like the Port Washington branch or something. Like, you still have that sort of, we're definitely in the dense suburbs, but we're in the less dense suburbs than, say, if we were, well, actually, we're in the pretty dense suburbs, but then, like, where Queens is sort of tight row houses all one next to each other, right? Like, these are detached houses. Am I going to ride all the way to Tottenville? I could ride all the way to Tottenville. It's 42 minutes from the ferry on that roller coaster ride, but we could do that. See, this is an example of how I used to say R2, probably 2 through 5. It's not even that bad, except right there. I'm kind of letting things go out here a little bit. So it used to be, I don't know, it still might be. Late at night, there were actually 2-car trains out here. It used to say on the map, I don't think it, or on the schedules. I don't think it does anymore, but I think it was like starting at 9 o'clock, there were 2-car trains. There's an 11:36, 12:06. I mean, yes, it's 24 hours, but it goes to every half hour for quite some time. Although, I guess it's not really an improvement. I think it used to be it meets the ferries. I'll leave it there. It used to be that overnight the ferry ran every hour. They would go down to like one boat, and it's about a 20-minute run from one end to the other on the Staten Island ferry. So, I think the reason they actually ran 2-car trains late at night was a security thing, like a safety thing. You had a crew member in every car. Because at least during this rush hour, they are not running trains one person. They're running them with a operator in the front, or a motorman in the front, a conductor in the back. Right now, probably not. But at some points, yeah, it probably was. All right, they got a green signal on the far track. But the local to St. George in 3 minutes, going northbound. So we'll catch the 3 minutes northbound train over here. And then I think we'll cross over. I have no idea what the speed limit is here, because there is no speed sign. If somebody wants to go on Open Railway Map and see if it's listed on there, that'd be cool. Because I don't frankly know. We are at Old Town, which doesn't look like a very small town or very old. Fairly long minute this one is. That's unfortunate. I'm actually going to go down toward the end here, because I think they mainly stop down the other end. So, like, this seems to sort of be, yeah, they built a shed here, but it seems to be sort of an afterthought. Unless they're planning on elongating these platforms, like these trains. Was rain in the bin becoming that much of a problem they had to give it a hat? Yeah, no bin bags. Those are pretty sturdy. Okay, now I'm staying on this side. Because if the next train... Oh, geez, you can see on the third rail. If they... Whoa, you could smell that. Jesus. I can't see. Oh, now, if I close my eyes, too, you know, when you get... if you've ever welded or looked at a bright light or something, you just see the light a million times. Yeah. So anyway, so if they are really Xing trains back here at like even 20 miles an hour, that's going to be fucking impressive. Oh, that third rail is fucked up. Look at the gunk on that. This side, fine. That side, hell on earth. Third rail smoke. Don't breathe this. If you remember certain YouTube videos from several years ago, probably a decade ago. Somebody earlier said, show your face on camera. Well, I finally found a place to put the camera. Hi. When are the 211s coming in? Lord. Let's get this camera level here. Oh, here comes the express one. Oh, he's coasting. All right, I'm liking this stop. I think we should stay here for a bit. It's interesting to me that they run them... Oh, I found some platform graffiti. Yeah, so he's drawing a little power, but it's not like the guy who was leaving. Just welding all over the place. Now, I'm not going to change sides for one train to come through. Like for just this one express. But, well, shit, I was going to go to the end of the platform, but that solar panel on some doohickey is in the way. But, yeah, that guy departing was impressive. Let's see. Yeah, see, there's your stop marker, R4. I don't know what C4 means. I mean, I know what C4 is, the plastic variety. But I don't know what it would mean in terms of the Staten Island Railway. Oh, I bet it means conductor 4. So, that makes sense. So in like the city, they have they have those white and black striped barber poles to show where the conductor is supposed to be, the conductor boards. Here, it appears they just write C4. Can we point out that there's an R4 chain in the bottom of the platform? That's kind of cool. Come on. I wonder if this station gets like really bad leaves in the winter or something. But yeah, all that welding is probably not good for the cars either, because it means they're getting shit power while they're coming through here. Yeah, see that fucking sign could not be more in the way. I want to do another Long Island Railroad video too. I was thinking of going out somewhere on the main line, and then I couldn't decide where, so I didn't bother. But I was thinking about it again. I'm thinking of going to Elmont during rush hour, because nothing actually stops there during rush hour. Come on, express train. Nine minutes till the one going the other way. Zoom all the way out, you stupid fuck. Is that a train or an airplane? Train. It's gonna be the express. There's the local. Yeah, that's a good question. I've never tried. I would assume they're locked, but I've never actually tried. Is it just me, or was there not an express? There was the Arcing Sparking one going the other way, and there was the Arcing Sparky Stopper going the other way. And then there was this stopper. So where's the express? It should have been like 5 minutes in front of the local. I'm going to be kind of pissed off if they've stopped running expresses all of a sudden. There should have been... I don't even know what time it is. 6:33. Where are we? We're at Old Town. Oh, right. They make it obvious. Should have been an express, but there wasn't. So what do we want to do? We'll go all the way to Tottenville? If we want to go all the way to Tottenville, we can take the next train in 11 minutes to Great Kills, and then we gotta wait at Great Kills for a bit to get the next next train to Tottenville. We could do that. Let's see, what are we not allowed to do? Rules of conduct. Failure to pay fare or violation of these rules. What fare? Shit's free. Destruction of Staten Island Railway property. Okay. Littering or creating an unsanitary condition. Okay. Smoking. We're not doing that. Yeah, so all the express trains in the PM rush start at St. George, and they end at Tottenville. If we do go all the way, I want to see if this first 3 cars only is true. Meaning I want to ride in the last car. We are, where are we? We're at Old Town. We're here. So we're 12 minutes away. The problem comes in where Great Kills is. The express trains are on Great Kills to Tottenville local, but St. George to Great Kills Express. So there isn't one that stops here and here during rush hour. If we move to the chart, what time is it? It is 18:53 or 6:53. It stops. And then it makes, this is Great Kills, where everything stops. But they don't go farther. Unless we wait until the 7:45, and then it's 35 minutes to Tottenville, and then it's 42 minutes back from Tottenville, then it's a half hour on the ferry, and then it's another 20 minute, it's probably another 45 minutes for me to get home. So, yeah, it'll be dark by then anyway, especially with the overcast day we're having. So, what I'm thinking we do is I think we'll do this the same way we did the Hudson Bergen Light Rail. Today will be sort of the start and stopping and riding around like we've been doing. And I'll come back out here. Maybe I'll take the express bus out here. And we'll catch the express. We can also come out on a weekend or anything like that and take a local all the way. But if you want to go express, that signal just cleared. That means here comes the stopper. Where was the worst of the Sparkies? They were all... Oh, I was standing over by the bin. So I'm going to back up to the bin. Yeah, we'll come out just like we did with, like I said, with the area stuff. Maybe I'll drive out here, park at Arthur Kill or something, and just ride around for a few hours, something like that. One thing I do want to kind of investigate, and maybe we'll do that after we catch another train. We can catch the next train to Great Kills to find this. Is not go all the way to Tottenville, but we'll go to Great Kills and see where these damn things turn back that don't go all the way to Tottenville. Because they got to turn back somewhere. Here comes the train. I'm blind again. That was nice too. We got like meeting them. They got them. Wow. They met in like the perfect spot. So I'm gonna give my arm a rest for a minute. Put you guys on the bin there, because my arm is getting fucking tired. But I mean, there's not much going on until we leave again, until our train gets here in the next couple minutes. So, but this is Staten Island Railway. So, that's all I got for now. That's all I got. Our local just says Holden, but it should be just a couple minutes behind it. So it's a total of 8 minutes that you save with the express. You depart Tottenville. I think actually most of that time savings is departing from first. I think it's like a 2-minute time save just right off the top. We could go check the time. All right. I'll make myself go look at the timetable. But basically, you save about 8 minutes. So if you had left if you leave St. George on the express train, you get to Great Kills 8 minutes before before the local gets there. But again, I think that's mainly to save a lot of that's the departure difference. I can't guarantee that, but we're going to find out in a second here. Okay, so do you want me to show you the timetable again? The local leaves at 4:01. I'm just using the first one as an example because it's a round number. 4:01. The express leaves. The local leaves 4:03. Actually, it's a bigger difference than I thought. It's a 10-minute difference. Ooh. You get in 4:17 on the express. You get in 4:28 on the local. So it's about a 10-minute difference. And I'll just tell you. It's about a 10-minute difference. The signal down that way just cleared again. So typically that means there's a train coming. At least that's what it has meant. So maybe there's another local coming back. We shall find out shortly. But I think it's like those Metro North local versus expresses, like with the North White Plains and the Southeast service, where it's more of a let's divide up the crowd. No, don't look at me. Oh, just slightly off. I can see his headlights, but this is a Great Kills train. I'll go ride the last car. I will when we get closer to Great Kills. The train is packed. But somebody commented on how they got all blue seats. They're full of shit. These are orange seats that somebody painted. We got like 6 stops to go, so this will empty out plenty. I can find out if doors are open. When these ran in the city, there was a rule about 75-foot cars having their end doors locked, and the answer was they had to be locked at all times. So it really stinks in this car. It smells like stale beer in here. I want to hear this announcement so I can see how this station's name is. I have no idea what he just said. Duncan Hills, I think. Okay, so I guess it's Duncan Hills. Yeah, you can see a chunk of platform fell off. It's nice to know they've kept the public address systems up to New York City standard. Meaning they don't really work. You know how every train on this railroad has a flat? I think I'm sitting in the one with the flat. Yeah, there is. You didn't cross over there. At least the one we came down on didn't cross over there. I literally went past it, so... I mean, this train turns in Great Kills, so we'll get off again in Great Kills. And we'll see if he crosses over there, because maybe the train that we rode on in the first place... Well, it wasn't him, we did it on the next one. The local behind the one we rode down. My goodness, this car sucks. You hear this shit? Ew. The brakes are involved, or it's like taking a lot of out of that back truck. Sounds like it's vibrating. The truck behind us sounds like it's vibrating itself apart. Now it's up. That's the local going the other way. Giant City. I guess you just learn to work with what you got. stickers on the doors like Long Island Railroad has, and the black and roll signs. Just because they are so New York City subway cars. Especially back on the 44th, still in the city. It's weird to find it. New door. Hey, there's some more bins with hats. That is South Railroad Avenue right there, which begs the question on the other side. I didn't sit on the other side this time because there's more trees, you can't really see. But it begs the question, is there a North Railroad Avenue? I dropped out for a second, that's not good. We're in Oakwood Heights. How long was I out for? Hey. We are gonna face inside for a minute. I gotta get the phone brick out. Is down to 23%. Woo, I'm really rocking. Come on. There we go. Now we're charging. I took a really good swing there. I clearly picked a popular seat for station names. So again, once we get the great, now we're getting power. It is. It's like normally when the subway train takes power. So yeah, this is holding the phone steady to my body. If you look at, not out the window, but at that wall piece right here, you can see how much we're actually rocking around. Not much to see outside. Yeah, they're not locked.
Refill glass.
Yeah, they're not locked at all.
This is black off the train, okay? This is black off, okay. Okay, stop, Bill. The train higher, black stop, okay. This is black.
Just want to make sure I didn't drop nothing. If I didn't drop nothing, that's where I was sitting. My door is open. How'd that happen? So you can only go through one end of that train, like one end of that car, because it had a cab on the other end. Again, I 100% blame the very aged and showing it badly 44s for that problem. So I'm actually going to walk down to the front now. That's what the cab looks like, if you can see in there. We're going to see where this train goes. Go, come on, push. All right, there we are down at the end. So I'm going to zoom in, and you can see the interlocking there. If you see the signals on the bridge up top, the two green dots and the two red dots, I'll zoom in a second. But there's the Great Kills train that we just got off. Yeah, I think it's the regular 211s. See, okay. So we got the two greens there. And there's the switches. So he's got the green lights, but he's set to go straight. So I think the order the trains are coming in are actually the 211s, then the 211 Staten Island, and then last, the T's. Yeah, see, he didn't cross over. So where is he crossing over? Got to be crossing over somewhere. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to catch what was the express train, one stop, and see, because I don't see anywhere else between here and, as far as I can see, where else they'd relay that train. Unless there's like a set of switches in the other direction. So they pull through and then back. I mean, that's possible. Yeah, because it looks like when I stopped. So oh, it's getting cold out now. Fuck. Oh, so maybe they cross him over down there. Well, that's a shame. I was kind of hoping you'd see him pull into the next stop. Yes, now he's got his headlights on, so he must have just passed those crossovers. It just looks like they must be like on top of that little hill there. Now, I wish I could zoom steadily with this, but it's a cell phone, so you can't. So, Well, then we don't really need to go south of here. Because there's not going to be very much south of here, right? It's just the local trains making all stops. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to do the same thing here I did with the Hudson Bergen. So we're going to save everything south of Great Kills for next time. And we can dance around south. We can ride the whole line on an express down next time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cross over. And I need that map. So back up the stairs we go. Yeah, you can kind of see the additional crossovers, possibly from this angle. If I zoom in. Yeah, see, there it is. So that's the one he used. Fair enough. Alright. That's if you want to go down the 88 way. That's it. We're going to go the walking way. Oh, it was a bus. Alright, where are we? So, I'm just looking to see where we are. So we are New Dorp, we're here. So. Oh no, we're not there, we're here. The Sim 5. Where the hell's the Sim 5 go? Downtown. I don't know when the hell it runs. Oh. Nope. Doesn't say. Were you gonna say the Sim 5 and the Sim 6 look like they stop right here? Train to St. George in 5 minutes. Oh, I bet they're down at the end. So I was going to film on the way down here to Staten Island in the first place. But the cell signal on the ferry was less than, how shall I put it, less than spotty. Do not enter or cross tracks. Well, there's no way to. Let's walk up here. On a ferry, it looked pretty bad. So I think what we're going to do on the way back, if we don't find whew, boy. What have we got up here? Yes, 54. It's not helpful. I don't know where the hell any of these buses go, so I'm not going to do that today. I think next time we can take the express bus to Staten Island. For a little change of pace. But I'll have to plan all that out beforehand. As in, like, where the fuck them things stop. So, our train to St. George is now in 3 minutes. Sorry, our train to St. George is now in 2 minutes. The train to Tottenville is holding. Let's sit in the back. It should be emptier in the back. You see, the interesting thing it's Staten Island. I don't know where there's pasta everywhere. Is if you get on Tottenville, my recollection, and we'll find out when we do the Tottenville video, is that you go leads you on to the back car. But at St. George, you want to be in the front car. Ooh. Jesus. Seen that train a few times already. We're going to be in the back. We got to find our C4 sign. There it is. My theory didn't hold water. So, yeah, see, these are all the focuses, the buses that go to Manhattan. And they go all over. So it's actually more efficient for a lot of people to take the bus than it is to take the Staten Island Railway. Sitting on the other half, the blue that was orange. See? Back on the very noisy Staten Island Railway. It's interesting when they start moving with these cars in the city, they typically just go to full power immediately, and the cars have like sort of automatic acceleration where they won't just immediately jump to full power. They will notch themselves up. Here you can kind of feel them putting it into every notch. I'm wondering if that's something they have to do now that the cars are much faster. Bridge over nothing. I don't know what, like, it must be used to have been something. So I think what I'm going to do is oh my god, we're going to take this train back to St. George, which is the ferry terminal, so all the way back. And then what we're going to do is, at the beginning of this whole thing, somebody say, hey, you know Ballpark? We're going to walk over to Ballpark. It's like a 2-minute walk. You can still sort of see Ballpark. It's kind of hard because it's like overgrown and used it in a while. But when you got a couple of pieces of lumber holding your platform up, that's no good. I mean, the station's called New York. I think he said, "Nah." Yeah, see, there's the first, like, point, and there's the rest of it. So, like, and there's the third. I don't know if they're, like, babying the cars or what they're doing, but... city. Apparently. Yeah, we're losing the light fast tonight, I think because it's so overcast. But, I was kind of hoping it would last longer, but we'll see if we can get the walk to Ballpark in. But we still got a bunch more stops to go. I haven't walked over toward Ballpark in many years, but the last time I tried, you could still you couldn't go into the station, because it's like under the ballpark, you're in Overton, but you could still see in, because the tunnel ends in the platform, like halfway down the platform. So we'll see if it's still like that. I genuinely don't know, but, it's a quite easy walk when you come out of the ferry terminal. Jefferson Avenue. We sparked one of the car in front of us. I don't know if you saw it reflecting off the platform. Sparked pretty good. Oh, this is now North Railroad Avenue, and there it goes. No, it's not. Well, it might still be called that, but it's not really parallel to the railroad anymore. No, I think it's at Jefferson Avenue, yeah. Sort of a baseball, softball game. It looks like a softball game. Look through the door there. See how much cars are moving around when they're at speed. Once we leave this stop, I'll show you. I'll bring it up there again. You'll see what I mean. Whoa. What do you mean the day you figure out the lottery? The day you figure out the MTA system? Whoa! I think that was an express. But it was signed up as a local. Oh, there's North Railroad Avenue again. Although I'm pretty sure it's a different street. Whoa! The fuck? Oh, the window fell open. The top half of this thing opened, and it scared the shit out of me. Yeah, look at the car in front of us. Look at the dancing around. Shit is brutal. It's complicated. It's not that bad though. This part of the system really easy. Staten Island Railway, one line. There's that 60R sign again. Where are we? Oh, we're at Old Town. So that was the fast bed. Sparky, Sparky. Oh, let's look at the platform here. Along the length of the train and see how much we lighted it. Oh, this place at night would be cool. It was kind of cool. You saw the little light show reflecting off the platform. But now you know, if you want to catch third rail sparks, come to Old Town on the SIR. It's sparky. But if you want to, you better do it quick before you replace that piece of third rail. Yeah, Manhattan can be a little confusing with all the locals, expresses, and there's all your Thai equipment again. With expresses, locals, different colors, going places, all that kind of stuff. But you spend some time around it, it's not that bad. You want to make it really, I mean, oh wait, another train, 458, have we seen that one already? That's a stupid question, I'm pretty sure we've seen all of them by now. Hey, no station sign. But I got the conduct. So what were we up to before? Oh, drinking alcohol, carrying liquids in an open container, panhandling or begging, operating loud devices, using more than one seat per person. Oops. Blocking free movement. Unauthorized commercial activity. Entering tracks, tunnels, or non-public areas. Carrying large, bulky items. Sitting on the platform or platform edge. And inline skating or roller skating. I ain't doing any of those things, just taking up like 3 seats. But I think I'm the only person here. On the front half of the car. So I'm definitely the only person between here and I'm not restricting anybody. Yeah, they're going to enforce that right now anyway. And we're back at the Staten Island Expressway area. I think I really have half a car to myself, but it is nice. Whoa! Sorry, that was me not expecting a very bouncy ride all of a sudden and getting one. You know what they could use on the Staten Island Railway? They never will though, because they'll use subway cars. A fucking pisser. Hear them slamming around and jolting around. You don't even need a feeler. Industrial thing. You can sort of see the front. And we are now approaching Clifton, the shop. I believe we've been here already. Oh, they really don't open the rear car. How the hell do they do that? I didn't know you could do that. They must have modified these cars. I don't know how you modify them to let you do that, but they must have modified them to do that. So this track here, over that third track to descend, is not only on only a hand throw, but it's also locked, like has a derail on it, zero protection on it. Which is kind of stupid, because I don't know how it's just going to roll up this hill. It's pretty great. But anyway, there's that. Some MOWs, 2 cabooses, that's cool. And a gutted 44. I didn't see the car, but I'm thinking that one's gone for scrap. Because that looked like they got it. But and now we just passed one of those A triangles with it upside down. I wonder if it had something to do with like camp signal location, Stapleton. Like it. So originally, Staten Island Railway was free at every station on Staten Island except the ferry terminal. And you paid when you got off and you paid when you got off. The idea being, I forget why it was made free, but the idea being it was free to go intra-Staten Island. It was only costing money if you were leaving the island, like going to the ferry terminal. Then at some point, I think that was also one of the ideas of a ballpark, but you wouldn't have to then pay if you were going to the ballpark. I think. But anyway, not the point. It turned out a lot of people were getting off at the next stop, like Tompkinsville or something, and then walking, or MIW. Walking to a whole bunch of MOW dumpster cars. That must be the Staten Island Railway car. Oh, Redbird. Oh, and one of their little Brookvilles. I don't know if that focused. I hope it did. This must be like one of their MOW. This must be their MOW center. High rail. The tree trimming thing on a high rail. It's kind of cool. Anyway, people were getting off at this station and catching the express and walking to St. George, because it's like maybe a 5-minute walk. And it dodged the fare. Well, as you can imagine, SR wasn't too happy about that, since Well, the MT, I guess, wasn't too happy about it, since the whole idea was we were making this shit free for Staten Island residents as a courtesy. Unless you were using it to commute off the island. So why are we still sitting? Whatever. Since it was a courtesy that it was free unless you were coming off the island. So they decided that they had to charge a fare here too. Okay, now I got like a whole train to myself. Maybe this is why people get off and walk. There's the local. That's the local to Tottenville. I'm going north. I'm trying to go back to St. George, but we're just sitting here. There we go. Maybe they gotta wait to meet here or some shit. Who knows? Yeah, so Tompkinsville, they also charge a MetroCard swipe to get in here. To keep you from getting out here, and it's not a long walk. At least they had it doing that. I don't see where they would be doing that. But, yeah, it looks like there's a fare control office up there. Classic old position lane. So the next stop on this is St. George, and another position line, and you'll see, like, we go under, oh shit, we go under this, tunnel here. It's very short. Very short unless we stop in it. And then as soon as you come out of the tunnel on the other side, you're like right in St. George. Out of the tunnel. Speed limit 10. Oh. So if you took that switch there and you went off that direction, that would put you in Ballpark. And before it was just the stub track to Ballpark, that was the entire North Shore line. Again, which I've looked into doing a video on. Oh, for fuck's sake, just pulling it already. It's our 44th. Watch the fucker break down, like right here. See, it's actually a huge station, because there used to be 3 lines that came out. There you can see the way to Ballpark real well. There was the North Shore line, I forget, it was South Shore, East Shore, I forget what it was. And then there was the main line, which is what still exists, the only thing that still exists today. Sweet. So maybe one of these days. Hey, thanks, man. Uh, so we're gonna have to pay here to get out. See, you can see they had to add shit to the cars. Like they had to add the FRAF and whatnot to them. But they got a lot of platforms here that they don't use. Largely because you've now only got this half-hourly mainline service. Not service on 3 branches. Plus it was probably more frequent than half-hourly. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. We came in on 4 or 5. I think there's like 8 or 9 tracks. Oh no, there's way more than that. There's like 12 or something. Alright, now we're going to have to see how this is going to work, because this might disconnect for half a second, because bad planning me, I use Omni. So then they've got, here, I'll show you. It says up here, like, now boarding and shit. Now boarding. Tottenville Express, track 6. And it can also say Pleasant Plains, Huguenot, and Great Kills. I believe in the old days, before they chopped everything, they could say even more. But yeah, so this is 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Mostly just used for yards at this point. So this is probably going to disconnect for... Sorry. I had to use my phone to tap out. Alright, so that's the ferry. Ballpark is over here. Alright, so if we come over here, whew. There's like decent places in here now for food and stuff. They've really built this up. It used to be to come out of the terminal, oy, through that bit of a tight squeeze, and then there was like nothing. All this is like an outlet mall, and it's all new. If you come this way, whew. So this is how you'll get over to the ballpark. Now it used to just be kind of like no man's land. And then you got to the ballpark. So they built all this shit. H&M and all this crap. On top of the right-of-way. This makes me a little worried that they have dug up the right-of-way to do it. That's the new NYC Ferry Staten Island branch. Goes from here to Battery Park City and eventually 38th Street on the west side. So it's like, and you have to pay for that one. The big orange boats are free. So let's see here. I'm actually gonna go into their parking deck because, yeah, I think they may have torn up the track. Oh. So so here's my plan for the rest of the evening. is I'm gonna try to find Ballpark if any of it still exists. Holy shit, they really built this up. I'm gonna go find Ballpark if it still exists. I don't know that it still exists. I'm hoping it still exists. Are these fucking chairs? That's just unnecessary. Alright. So, if any of Ballpark still exists, we're gonna go find it. At this point, it doesn't look like it, which is a shame if that's true, because I was really hoping that eventually they would be. There have been talks about reactivating the North Shore Staten Island railway line forever. And if they actually tore it up, that's really a shame. But with the number of levels I'm having to go up here just to get to the fucking street, I'm starting to wonder if they just built over it. Okay, so there's the street. I mean, we could see from the station that the yard was still intact. So, clearly they thought if they build an outlet mall at the Staten Island ferry, they'll attract attention. But it's kind of an awkward spot because there's not a whole lot of parking here. There's no good way to drive here either. So if you buy a butt ton of stuff at the outlets here, the hell do you get it home? I mean, I guess there's transit, there's bus service and whatnot. Okay, so this should be the beginning. Like, okay, so there's the tracks. So there's the interlocking for what they use today. You can see it in the distance. Then these are the tracks going towards Ballpark. So it actually might still be under there. So we need to walk. And I'll flip. We'll go into this mode here. So we saw the track over there. Now we're going to walk this way. It should be over where the Ballpark is. So look behind me, there's historic sites and whatnot. Staten Island Courthouse, it says. Unplug this from that. Hey-oh. Why is everything backwards on this camera? I don't know why, but whatever. So let's click this button, click that again. Okay. It's got like 2 zooms on the front-facing camera. Alright, so I see the Ballpark. It's right in front of us. That brown building there. Used to come here a couple times, well, probably once a year maybe for a while, for Staten Island Yankee games. You see cheap baseball, really cheap baseball. They often have fireworks after the game. And you could, if it was a night game, you got a great view of the city lights all coming on and whatnot right behind center field. So here we are. I guess I'll spin the camera back around now. Got a don't walk. Nobody else is coming. Okay, so we turn the camera back around. That's not around. There's even a sign for Ballpark Station. And if we go over here, grate's loose. You can see the end of it. Somebody threw a pizza down there. You come over here, this was the entrance. So there's at least one track fully intact. Looks like there's one track intact. I guess we could just zero from here. Yeah, so they ripped up one. This actually might have always been one since they reopened it. But if we go this way, so this is the ballpark. I don't think anyone plays here right now. Because I don't think the Staten Island Yankees are a thing. You can see where it's like, you can see through the gap and down to the platform. So it's all still lit and everything. They haven't used it for... Oh. The Staten Island Ferry Hawks play here now. Huh. Maybe I should come to a game. Must be independent league ball. This used to be called Richmond County Savings Bank was the sponsor of the ballpark. They had the naming rights. But I think that probably left with the team. Let's see, Ferry Hawks. It was a nice park. It was a nice place to watch games. It had its quirks, but it was a nice place to watch games. There's a promenade right behind the center field wall, or actually the whole outfield. Cable fell out of my pocket. I had to unplug the phone if I'm going to hold it like this. So, oh, stop being difficult. There we go. There's a promenade all the way along the back of the baseball stadium. And we'll actually probably walk back that way. And there was one day during batting practice for the team where we was walking back there, turning the camera back around. So this was the other end of ballpark. It actually had an elevator. I think it was one track at the time, thinking about it. And yes, it was a free entrance. Oh, shit. Let's go see if we can get a better view. It was a station you didn't have to pay to get into. Because while they were only running shuttle trains to and from St. George at the time, by the end, they were basically designed for people who were, that's not an all-electric bus. The train was designed for people going from Staten Island to the ballpark. And it was the way that you could not pay the St. George MetroCard swipe. What are they building? Commercial something or other. Anticipated completion, spring 2017. Check the watch here. Last time I looked, it's spring of 2022. So I'll give you... Danger, no trespassing. No, it's totally decked over. It's all the way decked over. Yeah, it's decked over the whole way. Well, that sucks. I'll give them 2020 to 2022 because of COVID. Okay, like this city shut the fuck down. But I'm gonna hold them accountable between 2017 and 2020. So it's just a little behind schedule. All right. What are they even building? I mean, it looks like it'll be nice. Another promenade thing. All right. So let's see what we can see here. So they built like a box. That looks like new concrete. So let's come over Let's come over by the elevator here. There's an alarm going off in the elevator control room. So if you look, that's 2 of the diesels that they have. I'm trying to find... Oh, if we walk down this promenade a little bit here. Oh. You can still see one of the Ballpark signs on the platform. With this team here, I wonder if they will reactivate this stop at some point. Let's come down. This is a public... Oh shit, they got a whole bunch of shit back there. Let's see what there is. Yeah, I'm gonna just have to hold the phone. Come on. Zoom in. Sorry. Try and get it to zoom. It doesn't want to zoom. Why won't it zoom? Ooh, a container ship. It won't zoom. Which sucks. But it looks like he got...
What?
Two of their diesels. Actually, 3 of their diesels are in there. And a couple of MOW, looks like Thai cars or something. I gotta come back during daylight. Or with something with a better zoom on it. Yeah, you can't see in there any better than this. Yeah, so a buddy of mine and I were sitting, well, we used to get seats like right behind home plate, because even right behind home plate is not that expensive. It was like $50. It's like $50. I think it came with a free beer. Or it came with a free choice of food, I guess. But anyway, so we were out here once hanging out on the promenade during batting practice, so there's not many people around. And I got drilled by a batting practice home run that came over the fence and hit me in the, like, right in the ribs. Look at the size of this tank container. This is the Staten Island September 11th Memorial. I know this is a rail fan channel, but I mean, you also have to appreciate that, right? That was the ferry honking, I think. Oh, because he's getting cut off by the tanker. they got names along here. Yeah, the Staten Island ferry kind of owns the shipping channel. Or at least they think they do. And all I have to do, and they should. I mean, they are probably the most prompt thing. They run at peak like a half-hourly service on a 20-minute one-way, and they're never late. Big ad for a casino in Philadelphia. Closest live tables? Maybe. It can take a long time to get to Philadelphia. Anyway, so that's Ballpark. Now we're gonna walk back to the ferry. But yeah, so during batting practice, this big thing that has the ad for the casino is the batter's eye. You know, the black screen out in the center field so they can pick up the baseball easier. And then, so this is right field, and I've seen one of the games I was at. There was some major leaguer, I forget who, here. It's coming up like the disabled list or something. Was playing 2 games or 3 games or something here before going back to the real Yankees. And he hit a ball so hard it ended up in the drink. I mean, this field's pretty small, like for MLB standards, because this was short season A. So, I wonder what boat that was. So these are the pay ferries. I'm not taking this. I'm taking the regular boat back, the big orange one. But they run from here to Battery Park City and Midtown to West 39th Street. And so they go every half hour, which is all fine and dandy. But the rest of the entire network banks around Wall Street, Pier 11. And then you've just got this weird route by itself. And then they extended, the last time I was on here, it ended at Soundview, now it goes to the Throgs Neck Park. But in the future, they're going to have a Coney Island one. That'll be nice. Again, coming out of Pier 11. I personally would like to see one go to the airport, which is right here. I think it's right there. This map is not accurate geographically, 100%. But they're expanding. It's doing well enough they're expanding it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a fun ride too if you get a chance, especially on like a really nice day. If you're over 21, well, it's a nice ride for everybody. I would encourage kids to take it too. It's very nice to go away to see the city. Just kind of fun overall. There's fun things to do if you know what you're doing at all the ferry docks. So I think I didn't look, but I think you can buy like a weekend ticket. You used to be able to buy like a daily ticket that was good to hop on and hop off all day. I didn't look at the machine. But that was always, those are fun because if you look up what to do ahead of time at specific docks, whoa, squeaky, you can sort of, enjoy different things around the city, doing it in a fun way on the river on a nice hot day with a cool breeze. If you're over 21, they sell beer on the ferry, so you can like pier hop while enjoying a nice cold one in between. Can't take it off the boat, can't bring your own on the boat, but you can enjoy their alcohol available for purchase on board the boat, which is very nice on a hot day. And the upper deck is all outside. You can sit outside and enjoy yourself. Man, this place is a ghost town in the evening. Oh, there's a Haagen-Dazs here. Well, back to the ferry so we can go back to the city. I have no idea when the next one is, but the time is 8:10, so I would assume it's an 8:30. So we're gonna go in and double check that, and we can come back and look at the nice views out here. I'd like it if I was wrong. It's late already. Staten Island ferry rules again. Oh yeah. The River Dock Cafe, Raw Bar and Grill. Okay, apparently that's a thing. Per executive order, face coverings beyond this point. Stand by. Hey. There's a subway in here. Hey. Welcome to the Statue of Liberty Deli. Strange. I can show you around the terminal a little bit, I guess, if we have to wait a while for the boat. There's not much to see. These are very simplistic terminals. But, let's push. There we go. Weekday schedule. Yeah, it's 8:30. Alright, so I guess we'll do a quick look around the terminal. So they have, as with St. George, a whole bunch of ferry slips, even though they never use them all. But they got them. That's 4. I think they got 4 of them here. And then they got the extras that are sort of the parking. This is the side where they keep them. Like it looks like that one's sleeping. If you look at the floor in the main waiting area, this is actually kind of cool. So it says Manhattan here. Manhattan. And then you got to walk over to this end if you want to be able to read anything else, which of course we do. So that's the ferry terminal drawn out. It says Staten Island. And the dotted line is the route the ferry takes from Staten Island to Manhattan. Passing Liberty, this is Liberty Island, aka the Statue of Liberty. The Ellis Island Immigration Center on Ellis Island. Governor's Island is Governor's Island. It's sort of a crude map of the harbor. There's Ferris wheel stacks over there. A beer place. And then it's a very basic terminal beyond that. We come out the door here. You've got the Midtown Ferry listed where we were. Taxis, information, and exit. You've got the SIR, Staten Island Railway, down there. And then you've got the A, B, C, and D bus ramps. So that one's D, this one's C. And they're basically just two bus ramps. Parking and yada yada yada, I believe, is downstairs. And then there's just food here. Now I gotta walk up in there. Jesus. Walk up on the bottom. My hip is starting to bother me, so not too much more walking. I banged it pretty good on the one of the times the ferry took a jolt, or not the ferry, the train took a hard jolt. I hit my hip on the. But for some reason on the 44s they had these cutouts for your arm to go under the window, and they like squared everything off in like really solid plastic. So you've got the slippery, less buckety seats than they had before, and you got the really hard plastic sort of armrest thing right at pelvis height. So it didn't take much to sort of slip a little, slam the armrest. But anyway, this is what the bus ramps look like. So, like I said, a lot of Staten Islanders don't use the train, they use one of the many buses. Because, I mean, you can see how much traffic, like human traffic, must go up and down these ramps. Look how big they are. And there's 4 of these. Right, so, talk about a lot of people using these ferries. Cheap beer every Thursday. Ooh. So we shall see if, so as we go into the ferry, but they actually made there's a Dairy Queen in here. They actually made this terminal in kind of a genius way. Because when you come off the boat, you don't go through the waiting room. You come through this area. So it's kind of like you come through a hallway that spits you out the side. So they don't have to open the doors in the waiting room and flood it with two-way traffic. Everybody gets off. Then the waiting room doors open, and everyone gets on. I don't know what boats are running. It's probably the night boats at this point. They have these 2 smaller boats they use at night. I don't know if you can read this, but it has all the It looks like we missed the guy, Molinari, and the new house is on its way. Ah, crap. I think the new house is one of those smaller boats. Whatever. I don't remember anymore. I haven't taken that in a while. But anyway, that's the ferry terminal. So, I know I said we'd end on the ferry itself, but I'm just going to lose cell signal, to be honest with you, on the ferry anyway. So I think the best thing to do is going to actually be to end here on Staten Island, standing just outside door number 1, waiting for the Staten Island ferry. Thank you all for watching this ride on the ferry, or on the Staten Island Railway. I'm taking the ferry now. This was sort of the first half of the Staten Island ferry, or wow, Staten Island Railway. Sometime maybe I'll let you ride the ferry with me, but I don't think I'm gonna have the phone signal to do it. So anyway, thank you for riding the Staten Island Railway with me, as far as Great Kills. Next time we'll go all the way to Tottenville. And yeah, have a good rest of your evening.